behalf of Finisher Magazine. This video is for the part 2 of the spinal health series. You may have read the part 1 where I talked about the 5 movements the spine makes, and this particular article is about inversions, taking the spinal health and awareness to the next step, where we try and explore the science of inversions and how the inversions help us maintain better spinal health. I'll take you through a few variations, simple inversions and the slightly advanced ones, and you can do whichever is most comfortable for your body's condition. So let us start. We'll start first with the dolphin, which is the Ardha Pincha Mayurasana, and then we do the headstand and then the others. So I first come into the child's pose.
Forehead resting on the mat, hands by the side of the body.
Remember that the child's pose itself is a gentle inversion. So if you're not able to do any of the inversions that I'm showing you, you can simply do the child's pose,
which allows the body, the blood to reverse its flow towards the head and the heart in a gentle and safe way. Then for dolphin,
I place my hands in this manner. I allow my shoulders to be, my elbows to be shoulder distance apart, and then I place my lower arms on the mat, and then from here I tuck my toes in. There is 90 degrees between the lower arm and the upper arm. That's the measure. And then slowly engaging my core, tucking the toes in, I come up. Just like a downward dog, except I'm using my lower arms here. I walk forward just a little bit, engage my ab muscles, the core muscles, and stay here, keeping the neck relaxed and just holding here for a few breaths. Start with 5 breaths and then increase. And then once you're done, gently bend your knees back and go back to child's pose. Next we try the headstand, Shirshasana. You can try this against the wall if you've been practicing for some time, or unsupported if you're already quite confident. Again, this is called the king of all asanas. It has immense physical and spiritual benefits.
First, child's pose.
The same way as we go into the dolphin. And here we join, interlock the fingers, make a nice tripod, a nice support for the rest of the body. Place the crown of the head on the mat. Take a second here and just prop the hands down, creating a lift in the shoulders. Engage the core muscles and then tuck the toes in and come up. And then walk forward. Again, you can hold the headstand for up to 30 seconds or a little longer if you are an advanced practitioner. I held it for just a few seconds, and now I will demo the other inversions with we did the heating inversions, and now we'll do the cooling inversions, which is starting with the bridge pose, Setu Bandhasana. So for that, we lie down first. And then I place my feet hip distance wide. I bend my legs, I place my feet hip distance wide, knee and ankle in the same line. And then I place my hands down nicely on the mat, and as I inhale from the lower back, I go up. I go down one more time, just preparing, and then second time I go up again a little bit higher, and then I support, and then I hold. Just stay here again for a few breaths, at least 5 breaths, if not more. And release. And if you've been practicing bridge for some time, then you may want to try the shoulder stand. This is called the queen of all asanas. After the headstand, the shoulder stand is considered extremely important. Here, I'm going to place my hands by the side of the body. Toes are tucked in, heels are pushed away. I engage my core and come. This is a plow, halasana. If your feet don't reach all the way down, you can support your back and keep your feet parallel to the floor, which is also okay. And then to come out, place your hands down on the mat, engage your core and slowly come down. And relax. There is a counter pose that we do after each inversion. For the headstand, we did the child's pose before and after. And for the shoulder stand, we will do the fish pose, which is advisable to do right after the shoulder stand and the halasana. So here I bring my hands underneath the buttocks, stretch my legs out, lift the head up, chest up, look at my toes, push the chest higher up, arch the back, and I can either rest the crown of the head on the mat, or if it doesn't reach, it's fine, you can hover. You can place a book or a block under your head for support if you need to. And then when you finish 5 breaths or more, lift up and come back. Once you finish your inversions, before you get up, feel free to just bend your knees to the chest as a counter pose, as a safety mechanism for your back and your spine. Give yourself a massage. Take a few more breaths. Relax completely, and then turn to the right side and come up and sit. I hope you enjoyed this sequence of inversions, and do read the article where I explain the significance of these inversions and the science behind practicing them on a regular basis. Namaste.